Alright, you guys, this is a We Squatchers video. Another send in from W.R. Bruce. Now, W.R. Bruce, I just call him Bruce. Bruce has sent in several photographs, and he sent me a lot of stuff, you guys. He has activity going around his property and around him in his area, and he's been catching stuff on a plot watcher. There's another video I'm working on after this one, probably in the next week or so. But what Bruce is catching is bizarre stuff. Now, Dixie and I had been talking about trees morphing into Bigfoot. And as crazy as that sounds, there are cases of Bigfoot walking into trees and walking out of trees. Well, Bruce sent me an email, and he said he wanted me to look at these two photos, and I did a breakdown on these two photos. And what we have is, we have the first photo. You see a stick standing there, and clearly the stick jumps up into the tree, and in my opinion, as Bruce says, it's his opinion as well, it jumps into the tree and becomes a small Sasquatch. Now, I do believe that this stick became a small juvenile Sasquatch. Now, there are a lot of people with theories on trees being sentient beings, and possibly the Bigfoot are the sentient beings. Well, I think that your trees, and I've looked at a lot of different legends about creation, the creation theories, and one that really intrigues me is one I just spoke of recently, is where the Creator, when he made the earth, he told when he made the earth, he made all the animals and the trees, etc. But when he was making man, he told the trees and the animals, I'm going to make man and you're going to watch. And according to this creation story, he told them to stay awake. And while he made man, some of the trees fell asleep and some of the animals fell asleep. So those trees that fell asleep and those animals that fell asleep lost their abilities to endure the seasons. So you have your evergreens that stay green all the time. It's because they stayed awake during the creation. This is according to this theory, or to this creation story. And the animals that fell asleep lost their nocturnal abilities. So I believe that the trees are magical. And I've been trying to show with the glyphs and the structures and the shelters that something else is going on. A lot of people theorize and have hypothesis that the trees that are used for structure building and for glyphs are a way of communication. And I think that what's happening is sort of like my camera sitting there on the tripod. Life is being given in that spot so that you can view me. It's almost as if they're building something to have a view, so that they can view, or so that they can morph to that location and watch. So, I don't know, as crazy as that sounds, I know it almost doesn't make sense at all. But I do think that there's a lot of morphing going on. After seeing two human beings with my niece, I was driving down the road after I dropped my daughter off to work, and my niece was with me. She was sitting in the truck. We're driving down the road, and two humans are walking at us, and there's a street lamp. You can clearly see that they were two human beings holding hands, and they were wearing clothing, and they walked across the side street there, and we're about a block away, and as we're approaching about to the half block mark, they stop and start to cross the road in front of us. And as they bend down, their hands, both of them bent down and touched the ground at the same time, that light goes off, and they became a shepherd in my headlights. I saw a shepherd dog, and it took one or two steps and morphed into a cat. And as I drove by, I saw a cat sitting on the curb. And I've interviewed my niece, and she's backed me on this story. Once I saw this happen, this was 5 years after I saw my first Bigfoot. When I saw this happen, Everything that I know went down the tube. And I'm suspicious that there is a type of magic that some people and some creatures have the capability of doing. Now, when Bruce showed me these two photographs, I was in shock. You know, at first I couldn't see nothing when I just opened up my email and looked at them. But when I opened them up in the editor and looked at them and played them back and forth, I was amazed, because in 2 seconds, the plot watcher catches the stick, then catches the creature jumped up into the tree. And I've gone in, and it's really hard because pixels, the more you blow something up, the more pixels come out and the more blurry the image becomes. So I've done my best to show the little Squatch that jumped up into the tree and looking at the camera. So it's almost as if he knew that camera was there. So you guys take a look at this and you tell me what you think. I think that this kind of evidence, if people have this kind of evidence, they need to come forward, because it opens the door for us to look at things in a different way. I know that they could morph. When I was young, I saw my father do something in the woods. I was on a visit with my dad. My mom and dad were divorced. And my dad took me to this place, and I'm pretty sure it's up there in the land of giants. But he took me to this place, and he took me on this long drive. We went a lot of places in the mountains, and I don't really quite remember where it was at. But I watched him do something with a log, and I pushed on that log, and it was solid and steady. He moved a giant stump from one place to another, and I thought he was doing magic. And I don't know if some of us have the capability to see things that others don't, and some others have the capability of doing things that others can't. I don't know, but I know that this stick jumps up into that tree, and I have the proof with the two photos here, and I'm going to show you. So any of you that have any morphing stories, I want to hear them, because I don't care what the rest of the Bigfoot world thinks. I've already been told I'm a nut job, and I don't care what you think about that. I'm serious about getting to the bottom of this, and I think outside the box for a reason. People aren't considering that they can just morph into a tree. You go walking by, Sasquatch turns into a tree. Wow, you walked right by it, you don't even know it. So maybe the world in which we perceive things isn't quite what we think it is. You guys look at this and tell me what you think.